Hello everyone, Sylvan Bell coming to you live from Oahu. I am at Kahana Bay. It is January 2nd, 2015. Man, 2014 flew by fast. So I want to talk to you about something that happens in the sales process, and I really want you to think about this. Or I'm going to ask you a question. Let's put it this way. I'm going to ask you a question. If you're uncomfortable with the process, do you think the buyer is going to be as well? Okay, so if you're uncomfortable with your process, do you think the buyer is going to be as well? Tick, 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 tick. And your answer is? Go ahead, say it out loud. What's your answer? It should be yes, because here's the thing. As you go through the sales process, whatever you're doing, if you're uncomfortable, you're going to have uncomfortable body language. So it may be that your shoulders are rolled forward. It could be the way that you're talking. It could be your vocal pitch when you announce something and you say, I have the best product ever, instead of I have the best product ever. That whole little bit of information that's going on says that if you're uncomfortable in the sales process, the buyer is going to be as well. So I want you to think about this. Old school closing of the wouldn't use, couldn't use, shouldn't use, isn't, wouldn't it, couldn't it. A lot of times when salespeople do that, it's uncomfortable for them. So when they ask those questions, it's really uncomfortable for the buyer. And so the salesperson should say something like, isn't this the greatest thing ever? And the buyer's like, well, wait a minute. Is it? Is it the greatest thing ever? And then like they're forced to answer and they're, yeah. And it's not a definite answer. It's kind of like that goofy, right? Like the neighbor comes over and says, I need you to help me move my whole entire house tomorrow. I forgot to call the movers and there's a million things that need to get done. And you go, okay, which is saying, I really don't want to do it, but I feel like you're forcing me into it. Now, a lot of times when you're uncomfortable in the sales process, that buyer is picking up on it and they're going to be uncomfortable too. And so they're going to respond in the way that's like, okay, maybe, and then it's like, it's squishy words. It's like, yeah, possibly, maybe, could be. They're not going to give you a definite answer, and it devalues the conversation that you're having, creates challenges, and it puts them in a resistance mode where they start having to fight and go, I really don't like the position that you put me in. I feel like you're making me answer this question, and I feel like a 3-year-old, and now I really don't want to, how do I get out of this? All right, I got to think about it, okay? Now, if you could do a small favor for me, think about this as your day goes on. If you're uncomfortable with this process, they're going to be uncomfortable with the process too, okay? Now, if you can put a comment, question, or story in the box down below about being uncomfortable in the sales process, that'd be fantastic. To the right or to the left, there's a subscribe button. Subscribe. And then, you can always send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Sylvan Bell. Only Scott Bell with a Sylvan Bell. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.